I don't know why I'm telling you this. Maybe because if I don't, it'll keep whispering to me at night. It started as a joke, just one of those stupid urban legends people pass around small towns. The circus that never died. They said it still stood at the edge of the forest, its tents rotting, its colors long gone. But sometimes, people heard laughter coming from inside. I used to laugh at that. We all did. Until the night we went there. It was autumn. Wet, cold, heavy with fog. The kind of night where sound travels wrong, like the world is breathing beside you. There were 4 of us. Me, Sasha, Max, and Olya. We weren't brave, just curious. We took the car down the old dirt road, headlights cutting through the mist. After a few miles, we saw it. The circus. From the outside, it looked dead. Torn canvas, rusted poles, weeds crawling over the old signs. And yet, I swear I saw a light flicker inside. Sasha laughed, said someone must have restored it. "Come on," he said. "Let's check it out." But the closer we got, the stranger it felt. The air changed. Heavy, sweet, like burnt sugar and rot. And the silence wasn't silence anymore. It was listening. When I stepped through the torn flap of the tent, the world shifted. Inside, everything was alive. The red and white stripes gleamed as if freshly painted. Lights hung from the ceiling, glowing warm and soft. The air smelled of popcorn and sawdust, and faintly, I heard music. Old circus music. Slow, slightly warped, like it came from a broken gramophone. Olya said it felt wrong. Max told her to relax, but I couldn't move, because I could see footprints in the dust, fresh ones leading deeper inside. And they weren't ours. That's when I first heard it. The laughter. Not loud, not happy. It sounded layered. Like 10 voices laughing at once, too close, too real. It echoed through the tent, around us, above us, and then it stopped. Just like that. We stood there, frozen. And then, a voice said, "Welcome to the show." I turned toward the stage, and I saw him. The clown. White face paint cracked like old porcelain. Red smile stretched too wide. Eyes black, shining, and fixed on me. He bowed, slowly, and said in a voice that wasn't human, "The show must go on." That's when the lights went out. For a moment, there was nothing. No light, no sound, just the faint hum of air, like the tent itself was breathing. Then, a single spotlight flickered on. It landed on the stage. The clown was gone. But something else was standing there. A shape, small, childlike. It tilted its head, and I swear I heard the sound of joints cracking, like bones twisting the wrong way. Olya screamed. The light flickered again, and the thing was gone. But Sasha was gone too. "Stop messing around!" Max shouted, but his voice cracked halfway through. He didn't believe his own words. We ran toward the exit flap, but it wasn't there anymore. Only the red and white walls, circling endlessly. The music started again. That same warped circus tune, but slower, heavier, wrong. Then I saw him, the clown, rising from the shadows behind the stage. His movements were wrong, too smooth, too silent, like gravity didn't matter to him. He spread his arms wide like a showman and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we have a very special act." Spotlights flared, one by one. Each beam revealed a chair. There were 3 of them, each with a red balloon tied to the backrest. On each balloon, a name. Sasha, Olya, Maximum, but not mine. He turned his painted face toward me. That wide red grin didn't move. But I swear, I heard him laugh. It came from everywhere. Around me, inside me. Then his voice, right beside my ear. "Don't be shy. Everyone gets their turn." I turned, but there was nothing. Only the tent breathing again. The lights started to dim, one by one, until only one spotlight remained. It shone on the floor, right at my feet. And there was a fourth balloon, blank, no name. He stepped closer. I could hear his shoes squeaking on the wood. I couldn't run. My legs wouldn't move. I just stood there, waiting. He leaned close, so close I could smell the paint and rot on his breath, and whispered, "Laugh with me." Then, darkness. Everything vanished, and I fell. I don't know how long I was falling. Seconds, minutes, days, until the laughter stopped, and the world ended. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't in the tent anymore. I was standing under a sky the color of rust, with clouds that didn't move. The air smelled like old sugar and blood, and in the distance, the circus was still there. But it was alive. The lights burned bright, too bright, and the music echoed across the empty field. It sounded clean, perfect, like a dream. I walked toward it, and every step I took, the ground pulsed, like a heartbeat. As I got closer, I saw people. Children laughing, vendors shouting, performers twirling fire. It was the same circus I remembered from the photos, but somehow more beautiful, more alive. Someone grabbed my hand, a girl, small, pale, with red ribbons in her hair. "You're late," she said. "The show's already started." Before I could answer, she was gone. The crowd swallowed her like smoke. I turned in circles, trying to find her. But the people, they weren't right. Their smiles didn't reach their eyes. Some faces were painted too thick, and others looked like masks stretched over something that wasn't skin. Then I saw the posters. Fresh, colorful posters plastered across the tent walls. Each one had a performer smiling wide. But behind every smile, there was my face. I tore one down, then another. But more appeared, growing out of the wall like fungus. I ran into the tent. The air inside shimmered, bending the light. And there he was. Robbie the clown. He stood center stage, bowing deeply, a spotlight bathing him in gold. His eyes, pure black, glimmering like oil. "Welcome back," he said. His voice echoed through my bones. "I've been saving your seat." He snapped his fingers, and the crowd appeared again, silently, instantly. Every face turned toward me. Thousands of eyes, all smiling. Robbie spread his arms wide and said, "Tonight, the show is for you." Then the lights dimmed, and everything began to move. The music began, low at first, like a heartbeat under the ground. Then louder, faster. Drums, laughter, a carousel tune twisting itself inside out. The crowd clapped in perfect rhythm, every hand moving the same, their faces motionless. Robbie lifted a hand, and silence fell like a blade. "Let's begin," he said. From the shadows behind him, something crawled forward. A man, or what used to be one, its body bent wrong, like it had been folded too many times. Its painted smile was wide and shaking. The crowd cheered. Robbie grinned, spinning a knife between his fingers. "This," he said, "was once our magician." The creature bowed, bones snapping. Then it opened its mouth, and a scream tore through the tent. But the scream wasn't sound. It was light. A blinding flash. I fell backward, hands over my face. When I opened my eyes, I wasn't on the ground anymore. I was inside the walls. The fabric pulsed around me. Warm, wet, I could see through it. The tent, breathing. and through that veil, I saw Robbie. His grin, wider now, splitting his face open. He was staring straight at me. He reached into the horror, and the wall beside me turned to glass. Our eyes met. I saw the reflection. Behind me, hundreds of faces, pressed into the wall, screaming without sound. Some I recognized. The missing people, the ones who came before me. They were part of it now. I pounded on the wall, trying to break free, but every hit echoed like laughter, and every echo came from Robbie's mouth. He whispered something then, words I couldn't understand. The tent shook, and the world turned upside down. I was back on the stage. The crowd was gone. Only Robbie remained. He tilted his head and said, "You're special, aren't you? You see it now." I nodded. I didn't even know why. He laughed, slow, hollow, endless. "Then stay," he said. "Stay and perform forever." I wanted to scream. But when I opened my mouth, laughter came out instead. My own laughter. It wouldn't stop. Robbie clapped his hands, pleased. "Welcome to the show," he said. And then the lights went out. When the lights returned, I was alone again. The stage was empty, and the air, thick, heavy, almost alive. I could still hear laughter, but not around me this time. Inside me, it echoed in my chest, like my heart was laughing instead of beating. Then I saw them, my friends. Sasha, Olya, Max, standing in the front row, smiling. Their skin was pale, their eyes hollow, but they smiled like they wanted to make me believe everything was fine. And behind them, Robbie appeared again. He walked onto the stage slowly, balancing a single red balloon on his finger. "You see now," he said, "everyone belongs here. The show never ends." I tried to speak, to beg, to scream, but my voice wouldn't come, only a faint, broken laugh. Robbie tilted his head. "Don't fight it," he whispered. "Just laugh." He leaned closer, eyes wide and shining like wet coal. Laughter is the bridge between worlds. It keeps us alive. And then I understood. It wasn't the laughter that fed him. It was fear pretending to be laughter. Every person who came here, every nervous giggle, every forced laugh, made him stronger. Made this world real. I dropped to my knees. I could feel him reaching inside my mind, pulling in my thoughts like strings. "Join the act," he said softly. "All you have to do is laugh." My chest tightened. My ribs ached. I couldn't breathe. And then, I laughed. But this time, it wasn't fear. It was real laughter, cold, cruel, empty. Robbie froze. His smile faltered for the first time. I kept laughing, louder, sharper, until it hurt, until the walls began to tremble. Robbie stumbled backward, his paint cracking, his voice splitting into hundreds of whispers. He screamed, but it came out as laughter too. Our voices mixed, spinning, twisting, collapsing in on themselves. And then, silence. When the silence came, everything stopped moving. The tent froze mid-breath, the air turned cold. Robbie was gone. Only his balloon remained, floating, weightless, red as blood. It drifted toward me slowly, brushing my face. The string wrapped around my wrist, tight. And then, everything cracked. The stage, the tent, the sky. They split like glass under pressure. Behind them, there was nothing, just black. Endless black. I fell again. But this time, I didn't scream. The laughter was gone. And then, I woke up. Cold floor, concrete, a broken door behind me. I was back in the real world, or what I thought was real. The circus was gone, just rubble and dust. But on the ground beside me was the balloon, still red, still warm. I took it with me when the police found me. They said I'd been missing for 2 weeks. I told them everything. About the tent, the people, Robbie. They didn't believe me. They thought I was delusional. But they couldn't explain the laughter. Because every night, after they left me in that hospital room, I'd hear it again. Faint, distant. And sometimes, I laugh back. The doctors say it's part of the trauma. They say I'm healing. But they don't see what I see. Every mirror in my room shows a reflection behind me. A small man with painted lips and hollow eyes. He waves. He smiles. And sometimes, I think he's waiting. Because one day, I'll laugh for real again. And when I do, the curtain will rise. The show never ends.